start to in. Red and black is the colour, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always glisten when they beg for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. South then turned to Fletcher, McDougal to the Sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Richie onto his right foot, shoots, and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth. He's got it! He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend. Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. We were sinking and falling by the wayside, really thinking of crawling and hiding away. But the phoenix can't rise when the fire's not kept alive. Back in August the wobbles threw us all off track, and by September it felt like there was no way back. And when October rolled round, 2 men spurred a turning tide. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realised. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. Suffolk, Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries, but that was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, France was keeping strikes at bay, and Newman's FA Cup display, racking up the scores, winning league awards, Trost debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realised. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. And despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
Just caught the ball in the penalty area, and a glancing
was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
Championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. After Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries. That was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything. France was keeping strikes at bay. Union's FA Cup display. Racking up the scores, winning league awards. Trust debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. Despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
In the back heel, Arthur to the edge of the box, it's still going, oh scoring, Mariota, puts the Cherries back on goal. I think the sub is good enough to find Hugh with the little step, Timber with the shot, Timber gets the goal, and puts the Cherries on the brink of promotion. Cherries 3, Arrow 1, you can almost taste it as the celebration starts.
So they'll see us proud. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot. We've all yearned for this non-stop, so let's give everything we've got in the championship.
What I always thought was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
It's all over and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
another, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they pick for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. Southend turn to Fletcher, McDougall to the Sun. Our sound still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Richie onto his right foot, shoots, and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth. Through for Ramsey, he's got it. He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend. Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. We were sinking and falling by the wayside, really thinking of crawling and hiding away. But the phoenix can't rise when the fire's not kept alive. Back in August the wobbles threw us all off track, and by September it felt like there was no way back. And when October rolled round, 2 men spurred a turning tide. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realised. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. After Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries. That was nothing compared to the results we'd see. And with Martin surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, France was keeping strikes at bay, and Union's FA Cup display, ranking up the scores, winning league awards, and Trust debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realised. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. And despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
The ball in the penalty area, and a
was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
Championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. Off the Lothic and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries, but that was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, France was keeping strikes at bay, Newman's FA Cup display, racking up the scores, winning league awards, Trucks debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud, throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. Despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
The ball in the penalty area, and a glancing header has put the Cherries in front. Review of the back heel, Arthur to the edge of the box, it's still going, scoring! Mariota puts the Cherries back on goal. Pittman's touch is good enough to find Q. Q in the middle set, Pittman with a shot, Pittman gets the goal, and puts the Cherries on the brink of promotion. Cherries 3, Arrow 1. You can almost taste it as the celebration starts.
So they'll see us proud. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot. We've all yearned for this non-stop, so let's give everything we've got in the championship.
What I always thought was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
It's all over, and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
other, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they pick for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. Southend turned to Fletcher, McDougall to the Sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Richie onto his right foot, shoots and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth. Through to Ramsey, he's done it. He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend. Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. We were sinking and falling by the wayside, really thinking of crawling and hiding away. But the phoenix can't rise when the fire's not kept alive. Back in August the wobbles threw us all off track. By September it felt like there was no way back. And when October rolled round, 2 men's were a turning tide. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. Off the Lothic and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries, but that was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, Francis keeping strikes at bay, Newman's FA Cup display, ranking up the scores, winning league awards, Cook's debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. Despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
The ball in the penalty area, and a blocked
fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
Championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. After Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries. That was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything. France was keeping strikes at bay. Newman's FA Cup display. Ranking up the scores, winning league awards. Trust debut header on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. Despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
Just caught the ball in the penalty area, and a glancing header has put the Cherries in front. Ricky with the back heel, after to the edge of the box, and still going, and scoring! Mariata puts the Cherries back on goal. Pittman's touch is good enough to find Pew. Pew with the little set, Timber with the shot, Timber gets the goal, and puts the Cherries on the brink of promotion. Cherries 3, Power 1. You can almost taste it as the celebration starts.
So they'll see us proud. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot. We've all yearned for this non-stop, so let's give everything we've got in the championship.
What I always thought was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
It's all over and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
is a colour, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they beg for this great team. Oh, AFC Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, AFC Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. South End turn to Fletcher, McDougal to the sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, AFC Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, AFC Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Richie onto his right foot, shoots, and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth. He's got it! He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend. Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, AFC Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team.
Anya picking up possession, and now Terzier, who plays that important role in front of the back three, but finding himself under immediate pressure from Kermigan. And Wilson brought down by Angela. And the pressure on Lee Probert straight away.
Well, it should only be a yellow because there is cover on. It's clever from Wilson, just nutmegs the big centre-half, who does go to ground. I would be surprised if he's actually sent off for this.
The referee, who has tried to buy himself a bit of thinking time, but it is a red card. Astonishing start.
I'm slightly surprised. I think there is some cover there. The touch from Wilson is a very heavy one as well. I think Cathcart's going to get across there. I'm not sure Wilson's going to get to that ball. I am slightly surprised that he's been sent off for this.
Well, Aurelio Gomez in a bit of bother there. Beautifully done. He's got Igalo to his right, he's got Anya arriving to his left. Here he is. Richie. And Francis on the surge, and here he is. 3 in the box. One of them is Kermigan's. Here's Sermon now for Bournemouth, looking here for Daniels. A useful looking cross. Oh, and Kermigan's effort cannons back off the bar, and a real escape, the first big escape for Watford.
Good first touch. A possible deflection on it. Hard to tell, but really from that kind of position he should be scoring.
Oh, and might break still for Watson in there. Sermon. Nicely done by Pugh. And that's Daniels. Wilson wants it. He might yet get it after Terzier's challenge. Oh, has he pointed to the spot? He has. Cathcart, the guilty man, and Watford's woes could deepen here, down to 10 men, and they face the real possibility of heading behind.
There's clear contact on Callum Wilson. He's just quicker to the ball, gets his body in front of the defender. It is a foul, it is a penalty.
from Jan Kermigant, and the Championship leaders have the lead.
Puts it really right down the middle. He hopes that the keeper moves. Gomez goes flying up to his left.
Pugh. Completely sold Layoun. This is Sermon. Always wants it on his left foot. Ritchie! Pugh delivers the cross. Kermigant's in there. Might yet drop here for Ritchie. 2-0! Matt Ritchie, a man who so often delivers for Bournemouth, may have sealed another vital victory.
He's on this ball so quickly. Mark Pugh, no surprise he's involved here heavily, twisting and turning and then providing real quality. Surges across there, just can't stay with Pugh. This is brilliant. Just watch Kermigant how he leans into Tommy Hoban, makes life very hard for the defender. And then Matt Ritchie does the right thing, keeps the ball down, keeps it on target. And when you make good contact from that type of range, inevitably you do score.
It's Francis, Ritchie. Teed up! Oh, and a terrific save there by Aurelio Gomez to deny Kermigant. Arter, Daniels, O'Kane, it's Pugh, it's opened up, and Gomez is there again, and they're still just about alive in this game. Well, they're dreaming the marvellous dream, and they've moved another small step closer to reality tonight with an important 3 points here.
Championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. After Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The new year scared us all with injuries. That was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark Pugh surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, Francis keeping strikes at bay, and Ewan's FA Cup display, racking up the scores, winning league awards, and Cook State who had on promotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud. Throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realized. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. And despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
always thought was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
It's all over and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
When the sun shines down on gold sands and the King's Park fills with cheer, the red armies start to gather and the songs we start to hear. Red and black is the colour, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they pick for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. South Bend turn to Fletcher, McDougal to the sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Ritchie onto his right foot, shoots and it's 2-0.
2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth.
Through from Ramsey, he's done it! He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend.
Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team.
Warm welcome to Craven Cottage on a mild night in West London for this evening's championship fixture between Fulham and Bournemouth. It's the starting point of another busy weekend in the Football League. Fulham 4 off the bottom, Bournemouth 4th from top. Pugh. Neatly done by Pugh! And it took a very good save by Bettinelli. Daniels. Big chance, big goal. Brett Pittman closing in on a century of goals for the Cherries now, across 2 spells with the club. And his 9th goal of this season gives his side a big stride in their push for a place in the Premier League. Arter. Ritchie. Ritchie fires one in, and a deflection helps it in. Bournemouth have scored 2 in 7 minutes. The ball worked first by Pugh, then by Arter. Ritchie cutting in, and the goalkeeper not helped by the deflection that came off the Bulgarian Bodorov. Amorobieta trod on him. Pittman getting away from Parker. Brett Pittman! They really are an irresistible attacking unit. And that stride may be taking them all the way to the Premier League. Ruiz. McCormack. And Matt Smith makes it 3-1. There's Wilson, and he goes down under the challenge of Amora Bieta. It's red, and Fulham's problems deepen. It's tapped for Ritchie to strike. And everything that Bournemouth is touching tonight is turning to goals. Rob, awkward for the goalkeeper. Steve Cook. Adam Smith. Cook once more. Oh, and Steve Cook has topped it off for Bournemouth. Adam Smith finding Cook, who thought, I'll hit it. And he just put his boot through it. And whether it was meant as a cross or a shot matters not. An emphatic return to form by Eddie Howe's Bournemouth. Back on top of the Championship.
Championship. Before we knew it, we're cruising a road of draws and wins. After Elphick and friends, that's where the story begins. Cause after Preston and Sheffield, horizons didn't look so clear. The New Year scared us all with injuries, but that was nothing compared to the results we'd see. With Mark surging down the wing, Nelson stopping everything, France was keeping strikes at bay, Newman's FA Cup display, racking up the scores, winning league awards, Crooks debut had a locomotion day. So we'll sing it loud, so they'll see us proud, throw our arms in the air at the goal signs. The future starts now, and we'll aim for the skies in the league where dreams are realised. Here comes Eddie's army shot at the Championship. And we'll keep the red flag flying high indefinitely. From QPR to Millwall, Ipswich, Burnley and Leeds. Despite Doncaster stealing titles in added time, here's a brand new season, and it's our moment to shine.
The ball in the penalty area, and a
Championship.
What I always thought was a little bit of a fantasy has turned into a real dream and the reality. It's incredible.
As a supporter, you want success so much. You want to see the club move on. Thankfully, we've given that to a really loyal group of supporters.
It's all over and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
When the sun shines down on gold sands and the King's Park fills with cheer, the Red Army start to gather and the songs we start to hear. Red and black is the colour, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they pick for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. Southend turn to Fletcher, McDougall to the sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days are yet to come. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees.
Richie onto his right foot, shoots and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Bournemouth. Through for Ramsey, he's done it! He's only just come on. Bournemouth were heroic against Liverpool in the FA Cup here at the weekend.
Bournemouth in front, 37 minutes played. Bournemouth are jubilant.
Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team.
It's all over and Bournemouth back to winning ways.
When the sun shines down on gold sands and the King's Park fills with cheer, the Red Army start to gather and the songs we start to hear. Red and black is the colour, one with pride and dignity. Cherries always listen when they pick for this great team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we are the South's greatest football team. Oh, A.F.C. Bournemouth, we make saints and seagulls fall down to their knees. Southend turn to Fletcher, McDougall to the sun. Our town still resonates, the glory days.
In 9 days since Bournemouth dropped points here to Sheffield Wednesday, it must have felt like the longest 9 days in the club's history. But over the weekend, the stars aligned. It's in their hands here tonight. A chance for this club to break new ground under Eddie Howe, who, when he was appointed here back in December 2008, the club were 23rd in League Two, 7 points adrift of safety. It has been a tremendous tale. Daniels. First chance for Callum Wilson to try and get him behind Ream. Oh, he's got the better of him. Could be a dream start here. Bogdan saves. Bogdan denies. Dance. Davids forward, unmarked, in towards Le Fondre. No offside flag that time. Artan to Pugh. Quickly worked to Kermigan. Pugh taken out off the ball there. The referee's playing advantage. Can Wilson take it? Super stop from Bogdan. Wilson's kept it in. It's back to Ritchie. Bogdan in defiant mood again.
Well, this is a goalkeeping masterclass from Adam Bogdan. This is a magnificent stop.
Ritchie. Running beyond Walker. Pugh. Pugh! That'll do it! That will do it! Pugh for Bournemouth! The roof of the Gold Sands is raised! Everyone here knows what that could mean to this football club.
Well, it's a sensational finish. I talked about Bolton doing okay when Bournemouth play across the face of them, but once Matt Ritchie gets in behind them in a wide area, I said it's a whole different problem you have defensively. A little give and go from Ritchie, he's in behind them. Tom Walker doesn't do enough, but how about the footwork here from Mark Pugh? He manipulates this ball from right to left, quite magnificent. He leaves Feeney really standing still. It is an excellent goal, a quite brilliant finish from Pugh.
Wilson. Oh, what a pass, Kermigan. Ritchie! They're turning on the style now, Bournemouth. Matt Ritchie with a really classy goal.
Well, this is absolutely magnificent. It underlines just what Bournemouth have been about all season long. Great movement off the ball, great awareness of each other's positions. A really unselfish pass at the death from Kermigan as well. And what a finish for one of Bournemouth's star men, Matt Ritchie. Never expected anything else. But once this ball breaks to Mark Pugh, Bolton have a problem. Callum Wilson should possibly get in, but again, he doesn't panic. He's patient, keeps hold of the ball. How about this for a pass? But this layoff from Kermigan, brilliant. And Ritchie, there's no panic. He just strokes it into the bottom corner. It's devastating from Bournemouth.
Referee will let this go. Advantage going Bournemouth's way. Wilson's pace has taken him in. And that's a very good-looking shout for a penalty, which the referee gives. And he may have more business to take care of here, indeed he does. The red card is shown. Bolton go down to 10.
Again, look at how he plays with his head up. Jan Kermigan picks out the onrushing Wilson. Clear foul, clear penalty.
We had been booked earlier about the straight red card shown for infringement on Callum Wilson. Jan Kermigan. Bit of kidology from Adam Bogdan. Kermigan blazes over. Hugh still keeping it alive. Wilson, lovely touch, beautiful finish. Well, it wouldn't have been a Bournemouth night without this fella getting in on the act. Callum Wilson, 23 for the season for him, and that is that.
Yeah, Bournemouth take another giant step towards the Premier League, and yet again, what a patient build-up. Talked about it time and again with their goals all season long. They don't rush it forward, they take their time, take their right passes at the right times, and Callum Wilson deserves a goal, he really does. It's a clever little turn here, could have stepped over this ball. Turns with his left, buries it with his right. And that really does cap a fantastic evening for Bournemouth. Wonderful, wonderful goal.
The supporters not waiting for the final whistle as Bournemouth's footballing dreams come true. A stylish and emphatic win at home here against Bolton has taken them to the threshold of the Premier League. They are effectively there. It will take record-breaking and fantastical final day mathematics to deny them, a 19-goal swing. Jeff Mostyn and Bournemouth can celebrate. They've taken that final step. And they've done it, Andy, here in real style.
Absolutely, quite extraordinary scenes. You can't begrudge these fans celebrating. OK, mathematically, Bournemouth aren't up yet, but come on, they're a Premier League side. They deserve to be too. Absolutely outstanding all season long. Outstanding tonight. They could have had 7 or 8. 3 is certainly good enough. A brilliant performance.
Maxim Denim, the Russian investor there, almost in tears. When he invested in the club, it was to save it. Now the next home game they play here in the league, they'll entertain one of the big boys in the Barclays Premier League. Such a wonderful tale that has happened so quickly, fueled by the footballing dynamism, the thought of one of the youngest managers in the game, Eddie Howe. His fans dreamt that they could get to the Premier League. Well, he's delivered, and they've done it by scoring the most goals, winning the most plaudits, perhaps not winning the most points, but they will contest on the final day with Watford.